Good morning. I'm hoping the microphone is working well because it's in a new helmet. Well, not new helmet, but old helmet, different position. And I do know that it has caused some problems in the past when I've moved it around. So, today, our discussion is going to be a contentious one. Mirrors or no mirrors? So before we even get into this topic, I want to say that, my opinions are purely my opinions. They're not based on any sort of safety protocols. Excuse me. I do things because they work for me, or I like the way they make the bike look, and they're quite silly and could potentially be dangerous to anybody else. So don't do as I do. Just listen to my opinion and see if it pans out for you. Really, that's about it. I mean, I really took the opinion of another guy I know, Gavin, who is not really Mr. Safety himself, but damn, his bikes look good. So when I bought this bike, it had a set of Lightech mirrors. If you watch some of the previous videos, you would have seen them. They used to protrude from these little knobblies here. And when you ride a bike, I think you almost concede the fact that the mirrors are never going to be great unless you're riding your Harley with a set of ape hangers where the mirrors are up here and they're hanging way above your shoulder, so you're able to turn and look into them and look past your own body. If you're riding any sort of super bike or super naked, I'd go as far as saying even a scooter, and you're a guy of slightly larger than average proportions, the mirrors are going to be a real cock up for you. And let me tell you why. Firstly, my shoulders are pretty wide, and I dare say about as wide as these handlebars, okay? So I'm about 95 kilos, I'm only about 1.74 meters tall. So even when the mirrors were there and I positioned them perfectly in the morning before pulling out, I would still end up doing this. So I would look down to look into the mirror to get any sort of visibility out of what I was doing. So looking down like this, and it's not really ideal to keep doing that. Plus the mirrors are pretty small, so it was inconvenient. So somebody said to me, look, dude, to be honest, the mirrors are shit, and you should really be trusting your blind spots more and rely so much on the mirrors. Because I mean, you're doing this and you're looking in the small mirror, well, the camera's on this side, you look small mirror that's about that big, to rely on whether or not you should be overtaken or not, when you could just turn on your head like that and you have a clear view. So I took the mirrors off, firstly because I wanted the bike to look better, okay? So let me just get that out there. I like the way this bike looks without the mirrors, and that is the primary reason I took the mirrors off. So I resisted doing this for about a year, because I mean, already on my Fireblade, people were saying, oh, take the mirrors off, it'll make the bike look better. And I didn't really agree initially. But when I did it on this bike, from day one, well, as you can see, I am checking my blind spots. From day one, my riding immediately felt more natural almost. I mean, I know it's going to sound like I'm making an excuse for being a hooligan and just making my bike cool, but it just seems a little bit more natural. You're riding, and if you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing on the road, you're following distances, etc., there's no reason that, often people say, no, fuck, if you don't have mirrors, you have to take your eyes off the road to turn around to check your blind spot, and that is absolutely true. And they say if you have mirrors, you can look in your mirror, and if the person in front of you all of a sudden or suddenly brakes harshly, If you're looking in the mirror, you'll have enough time to hit the brakes. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die! Sorry. You'll have enough time to hit the brakes. And I disagree. I mean, say for example, this is the correct following distance, right? This is about 2 or 3 seconds. So if I turn around and I look behind me to see what's happening, I turn back, this guy actually didn't slow down. I still have enough time to react. Unless of course you're here, which is the incorrect following distance. I didn't check my mirror. By the time you've come back to react, you will be too close to this guy and you will smack him. So let's just be honest about something. If you're riding like a prick with mirrors, the mirrors are not really going to protect you that much. You're riding too close, and if you take your eyes off the road anyway, you're gonna get smacked. So if you're riding properly, like I just demonstrated over there, my following distances are not the greatest all the time, but most of the time they're pretty good. And if you're riding like that, you shouldn't have too much of an issue without, oh my god, I really wish this selfish bitch would just open up the gap a little bit. Look at her, she's fucking ugly. She's clearly angry about something. She won't let me through. Won't even bother fucking moving. Selfish fucking ugly cunt. So yeah, personal opinion, if you have massive ugly mirrors on your bike, keep them, because those will probably serve you some. But if you have these little small style type mirrors and you are having to duck down your shoulders just to see around them, I tell you, it's really debatable. You'll have to see what works for you. Some people are just not comfortable riding, firstly riding, okay? People lack confidence. I mean, I ride with people who ride all the time, who have been riding for less time than me, who refuse to filter, firstly, because they're not comfortable. Now I can only imagine what somebody like that, who's already such a slave to the idea of the risks of being on a motorbike, is going to react like when you take his mirrors off. I mean, a person like that will shit himself. So for me, I'm not too reckless. I'm reasonably comfortable on my bike. So even though I'm on the highway right now filtering, you can see that I'm still looking around by turning my head on the highway. And heaven forbid, I haven't had an incident yet. So fuck me, really? Okay, look, if that guy had hit me, it would have had nothing to do with my mirrors. It would just been him being a cunt. So yeah, mirrors, not mirrors, well, I must be honest, I now understand. Well, I mean, I am literally the last in my group of friends to even still have mirrors on his bike. So I understand now why the guys take them off. There can be a slight hindrance. And if you think back to your K53 driver's test, you know, one of the things they did tell you to check are your blind spots. Mirror, mirror, blind spots. Sweet bad, don't worry about it. So you're required to check your blind spot. Personally, I don't personally think I need, really? I don't personally think I need the mirror. I have good visibility. I wish I could turn the GoPro, but I can see probably I will dare say I have 150 degrees, 140, something wide, a wide field of vision on the bike. Turning and to check my blind spot literally only means turning my helmet to about 35 degrees, and I can see. If I had a GoPro on my shoulder or a stick or something, I would see it. So Don't let the naysayers tell you don't take your mirrors off if you want to take your mirrors off to make your bike look aggressive. My advice to you is try it for yourself. Because you know, one thing I've discovered about bike riding and the bike riding community is that there's always somebody who is going to try pass their fears onto you for no fucking reason. Oh, all the gear, all the time. Must always ride with this. You know, sometimes it's just not convenient. You know, I do agree that safety gear is the smart way to ride, but some days I might just be going to the shop and I might want to feel the wind in my nipples, you know. So decide what works for you. I'm not saying be unsafe, okay? Some mirrors on certain bikes are phenomenal, quite simply phenomenal. So no point in taking something off a bike which makes the bike better.